Graham Potter has been appointed as the new Chelsea manager. Yes, you heard, new breaking news, exclusive. It's happened, you heard me. But before we get into it, please do smash the like button and do subscribe. This is something which has moved extremely fast. There was a lot of question marks whether Thomas Tuchel, whether it was right to be sacked, all discussions like that. But we'll put that aside for now and we'll start off with Graham Potter as a manager. I think this is perfect for Chelsea. It's an expansive football manager, somebody who can change his size. And I think that's the biggest thing. With Thomas Tuchel, one of the biggest question marks was his naivety to ever move away from three at the back, where he said, okay, we're good enough that we shouldn't have to change our system. Whereas we all know with Graham Potter, this Brighton side can play four at the back, they can play three at the back, they can change every system and they'll manipulate their own team to hurt other teams. And that's what you've seen throughout his time. He's played players in different positions, move people around to win games. I think that's huge because Chelsea, one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yes, it's great to have a manager which has got a clear identity, but it's also great to be able to change, have different plans when it's not. Because when it wasn't going right for Thomas Tuchel, he didn't change. He was naive to think we can still beat these sides, and that's why they got absolutely walked all over by Zagreb, why they got walked all over by Leeds, and throughout this season and last season he had poor times. And I think that's huge, and I think that's the biggest part. When you look at this, Graham Potter as a manager and his whole time when he was at Östersund and when he was in Sweden learning and with Brighton, with Swansea, he's improved every side. You've got to give him time, and that's my only question mark with this decision. It's a great idea in principle. He's a great manager, a great man manager. You see him in press conferences. He got rid of Morpay because he was a bad egg in the change rooms. He will have no problems with the big egos, in my opinion. Well, my only question mark is, will Chelsea give him the time he needs? And it's good to see an English manager in one of these jobs because we see a lot of these bigger teams, bigger clubs, they don't ever go for an English manager. And I'm excited to see it. His time at Swansea was brilliant as well. And I think that's huge as well because he was at a club there who wasn't expected to do much. And then he's come to the Premier League under Brighton, changed them round on a budget, sold their best players. You know how good he was with Cucurella. I think it's a great appointment. I think quite clearly from the statement that Chelsea made when they got rid of Thomas Tuchel, I think they always had this down in the pipeline. I think they were always going to get Graham Potter in. I think it was always the plan, in my opinion, because how fast this has come around. Literally within a day, they've appointed the next manager. And that's a big thing because you look at some other clubs, when they sack managers, it takes them a while to get managers in. You look at Bournemouth right now and other clubs, Man United, it took them a while. That's the thing. I think it's a great decision from Todd Bowley. And I know a lot of Chelsea fans aren't happy, but let's be honest, it wasn't good enough. The football wasn't great. The results weren't happening. And that's huge. At least you can respect a side when the results aren't coming in, but at least you're playing good football. There was none of that, and so I think it was the right decision. It's how much time Graham Potter gets with this Chelsea side, and I'm excited to see it because he's got some really good players, some players that really excel in this system. My only worry as well is players like Aubameyang was literally signing for Tuchel, and then they get rid. That's my only question mark. Things like that. There's quite a few late signings that they've made that quite clearly looked like they were for Thomas Tuchel, but who knows? I don't know. But I personally think Thomas Tuchel wasn't good enough, and Graham Potter is a great appointment. Forward thinking, yes, it's a risk, but it's a risk that we always say we'd like to see young, up and coming English managers in big jobs. So why everyone's questioning it, I don't know, but I'm really excited to see how Graham Potter gets on. But let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on Graham Potter being appointed as the new Chelsea manager. Sorry there hasn't been too much content recently. I'm back and we're ready to do more stuff. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please do smash the like button and do subscribe. We're trying to hit 3K subscribers as soon as possible. But thank you for watching. BucketHatSam over and out. Thank you. Goodbye.